Shooting a free throw might seem like one of the easiest parts in basketball. It's literally an uncontested shot that's straight on from the basket. But according to the NBA 2016-2017 free throw leaderboard on ESPN's website, there are only 4 players in the NBA who shoot over 90% from the free throw line. That's really not that many. I've personally been playing basketball since I was 6 or 7 years old, so I'd like to demonstrate a few steps and tricks that I think bring me success at the free throw line. First, I'm going to talk about alignment and routine. Next, arm and hand technique, and then finish up with body rhythm and follow through. When you step up to take a free throw, it's really important that your body's aligned properly. If you're right-handed, you want your right leg aligned with the basket, and if you're left-handed, your left leg. It'll just ensure that everything's in one straight line and the shot can be made in one fluid motion. Also, a free throw is so much about muscle memory, repetition, and practice. So it's really important that you have your own unique routine that you do each time you step up to take a free throw. For example, I take 2 dribbles and then go straight into my shot. It's something I've practiced and committed to memory. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as it's something that you've practiced and committed to memory and you're comfortable with it. This will just make the free throw really thoughtless and let your body take over. Next, we're going to talk about arm and hand technique. I'm sure everybody's been told at some point in their life to tuck in that elbow, but it really is important. And it goes back to keeping everything in one straight line with one fluid movement. If you have your elbow out here, it could go in a weird direction, it could make you push the ball, who knows. So if you have it in one, it helps you really get under the ball, have a nice arch, and be in one fluid motion. Also, you want to make sure your fingertips are on the ball, not your palm. This goes for any shot in basketball, but it's something you should really focus on when you're at the free throw line. If your palm's on there, you really could end up pushing the ball. So you want to make sure you have your fingertips on there so you can get that nice, easy flick. As far as your other hand, that's just a guide hand. You don't hardly want that to affect your shot at all. It's just there for balance. It shouldn't hardly affect your shot. Finally, we're going to talk about body rhythm and follow through. It's really important in any shot that your power comes from your knees and not your arms. If you're trying to shoot with your arms for power, you could not have enough power. Maybe you put too much on it. You'd really end up pushing it thin. So you want to make sure that all that power is coming from your legs and knees. So what you want to do is make sure you really bend those knees. Get low and bend those knees. What I like to do personally is then take that bend and kind of carry that throughout my whole body. So what I do is bend, and then I take that motion throughout my whole body. It's kind of like doing the wave. It's with your body, I guess. It's like you just take that motion all throughout there. It really just is natural, creates a good flow. Which leads me to my follow through. Once you get to your fingertips, you just want to lightly follow through and keep that follow through up until you see the ball go through the hoop. That goes back to that real nice natural flick that you want to have. In conclusion, I want to put all these elements together for you. So when you step up to the free throw line, you want to align the proper leg. For me, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to put my right leg toward the basket. Next, I'm going to do that routine that I've established. For me, the 2 dribbles. Then, I have my elbow tucked in, my fingertips are touching the ball, and I have my guide hand up. My knees are bent, and I'll then carry that motion throughout my whole body to my fingertips, where I'll flick the wrist and keep the follow through up until I see the ball go into the basket. I hope some of these steps will help you bring you success at the free throw line as well.